Ever since I reached out to you guys for suggestions on what to do on Will of Donkey, I've been getting about 5 to 10 entries per week. And I've been doing pretty good at going through and at least trying every track once. In most cases, I end up finishing the track the first time because, you know, it's kind of easy and I'm kind of the donkey master. This one, however, was submitted by a fan and it was created by Red Link's office. So somebody at Red Link's made this track, a beautiful track. This is my first time, what you're looking at right here, this is my first time running this on the 250cc, and I actually did this after I finished getting all my footage together for Will of Donkey. I wanted to see what it was like to run this track, you know, on a quote-unquote real bike, and it was still pretty hard. I mean, it's not necessarily an easy track. Now, as it goes with Will of Donkey, every other time you attempt a track, you usually end up beating up the first parts, you know, because you go like in stages. You get to a hard obstacle, you beat it up a bunch of times, and then when you run out of time and you want to start over to kind of refresh your faults, then you end up kind of zooming right past what was previously a pretty difficult obstacle. And in this track, we have a couple of different obstacles that are really, really difficult. But you see, all the way up to this point, I was doing pretty good because I've already completed the first half of this track, like, you know, a handful of times. I kind of got it down. Regardless of what bike I'm on, I'm going to be able to complete it because I know it's coming up. A handful of times. It turns out I have a zero fault run of the first handful of obstacles here, which to me is an amazing, amazing thing. I can't even tell you how many attempts I did just to get this nice smooth run here, because I wanted to give you guys kind of a tour of the first, you know, maybe 3 or 4 obstacles before we get to the really hard stuff. Now, don't let this footage fool you, okay? This particular obstacle is actually not that hard at all. The hard stuff starts after this, but this is, again, trials in a nutshell. There's lots of nutshells floating around that have trials inside of them. This is just one of many. Really easy obstacle that you've done a billion times in the past, but because you've zero faulted it all the way up to this point, you're gonna fucking choke. And the best part is when this happens. Now, that sucks, and it's funny, but I really mean it's the best part, because, I mean, look at all of these fucks I no longer have to give. See? It doesn't matter anymore, because it's not 0. 1 and a billion are exactly the fucking same in trials. Alright, this part, also, not that difficult. You bounce off this next one. If you have the momentum, go ahead and carry it over, see if you can carry it all the way up to the top there to the next checkpoint, but you won't. 999 times out of 1,000, you will not make this straight shot. Look at all this work I'm putting into this next fall here. Check this out. Damn, that was worth it. Now this obstacle I'd rate about, I'd give it about a 7 on an 11 scale, because it's hard and you have to hit it just right, and then you have to make the next jump, which is kind of a pain in the ass, but it's definitely not up to the standard that's gonna be set once we get over this. But that doesn't mean I didn't spend quite a bit of time on just this fucking obstacle. And it doesn't matter if you've done it in the past, you know, in the first try or the first 100 tries, you will always come back to that moment where it's like, why all of a sudden why is this obstacle all of a sudden a dick? Like this obstacle just like woke up this morning and was just like, you know what, fuck everything, I'm just gonna be a dick today. What happened? It can't be me. I'm pushing the exact same 3 buttons that I always do. Come on, cut me a break. Okay, everybody seated, everyone ready to go. This obstacle is probably the second biggest dick in this entire course. It's like a 9 of 11. And nobody wants to be the second biggest dick in the room, right? You want to be number 1, but it's okay. I just want it to know that it definitely left a lasting impression on me, but not as much as what's coming up. So you're probably wondering why, what's the big deal here? Well, it's because you don't have a lot of room to work with at all. That's a big fucking jump to begin with. And to only be assisted by a tiny little platform to bounce off of and then go up. Like you have to hit it and then somehow manage to like change trajectory by like 45 degrees and go up and land on the next one. And and that's not all. There's more right after that before you even get to the next checkpoint. But it's totally possible. The whole thing, it is. You can get past this obstacle. It's a huge fucking pain in the ass. And I definitely spent quite a bit of time here, which I'll show you how much time I spent here in a moment. But first I want to tell you how to get past this obstacle. All you have to do is get up enough speed to hit your back tire right about here, okay? And you want to tap the brake just so fucking slightly, because if you don't, then you're gonna end up front flipping, okay? So you wanna like lean back and then you tap the brake just a little bit so that you kind of straighten back out and then you bounce to the next one. That's it. You just gotta hit it and then you bounce. I'm making it sound so easy. It's not fucking easy. Even though I've made it past this point, this is how much time I spent on it. Right here. Look at this. I've actually quit at this obstacle. You know, I've gotten to the full 500 faults, and obviously well under the 30 minutes. And I just said, fuck it, and I stopped. I have 3 hours of footage, and remember, less than 30 minutes for most of these runs, and some of them I just flat out said fuck it and just gave up. But I do manage to get past it. I did it once. I've only gotten past this thing one time. Out of the 1,000 plus whatever, how many fucking faults there was back there. I didn't do the math. You guys figure this shit out. I made it past just once, one fucking time. And then when I get there, and I feel like I'm in like this strange new world, okay? Where there's another epic fucking jump. What am I supposed to do on this jump? There's no fucking way. And you guys saw the replay. There's still so much more track left and way more impossible looking things. Look, here's the bottom line. It can't be donkeyed. It can't. You know how I know this? Because the guy who made this track, who works at fucking Red Links, he tried it himself and he couldn't do it. He made the track. He's the one that actually enabled the micro donkey to be used on this track. He had no idea what he was getting into until he sat down and tried to donkey this track. And he couldn't do it. He couldn't fucking do it. So no, yeah, again, the track can't be donkeyed. It can't be done. So here's what I'm gonna do, because I firmly believe it cannot be done. And check this out. From here on out, anytime I say a track cannot be donkeyed, if you can prove me wrong, I will buy you a $20 Steam card. And you have to prove it with video. Look, if you're on the last obstacle, watch the fucking replay, okay? If you're on the last obstacle, then fucking hold the iPhone up, have your friend or your mom or your little brother, your uncle, or whatever the fuck you live with, hold the iPhone up and record that shit, okay? I need video proof. If you send me a screen cap that you obviously took and fucking photoshopped, suck balls. I'm not giving it to you. Video only. No, this track can't be donkeyed. Fuck, I started this thing fucking 3 weeks ago is when I started running this thing, and I'm telling you, it cannot be done. But if you want to be Donkey Master for the first week of February in 2013,
good luck.